Hey everyone, welcome back to Good Game Republic, your one-stop recap for all things CS2 and competitive chaos. The Austin Major, an unpredictable roller coaster with a fiery finish. This major was one for the history books, full of upsets, insane plays, and unforgettable storylines. Let's dive into the madness of the playoffs and break down what made this one so special. We kicked off with 4 high-stakes matchups: Furia versus Pain, Na'Vi versus Vitality, Spirit versus Mouse, and FaZe versus the Mongols. Starting with the all-Brazilian derby, Furia versus Pain. Things looked solid for Fallen's crew early on. They dominated map 1 with a convincing 13-6, but then the wheels fell off. Pain struck back hard, winning the next 2 maps and taking the series 2-1.
It's their first time on a stage this big, this important, and they rise to the occasion. There is fire in their hearts. The torch has been passed. Ripped from the hands of Fallen and Furia. Pain fly the Brazilian flag into the semi-final.
And here's the twist. The MVP of the series, it was NQZ, who dropped over 50 kills across the 3 maps and completely stole the spotlight.
NQZ, that's a collateral. They line up for him back in main, and now it just feels like it's on rails for NQZ. 4 in the round.
It doesn't quite spread to his position. He's still got a chance to take one shot, and it connects. Disappearing is Furia in middle. They walk into this crossfire. They get turned to mulch. Compost. Fallen can't follow up.
On the other side, Maladoy, one of Furia's latest additions, had a rough showing, finishing with a 0.88 rating. It felt like he wasn't even in the server mentally. With this win, Pain made history by reaching their first ever major semi-final. Next up, FaZe versus the Mongols, a match many expected to be s1mple's redemption arc, but things didn't go as planned. FaZe had beaten the Mongols earlier in Stage 3, and s1mple was the hero of that match. This time, however, the Mongolian squad came prepared, disciplined, and absolutely dialed in.
Catches the flash, starts to accelerate. It's a good shot from Mzinho. Only the one from Frozen. It could all end right here and now in the hands of the 9-10 sniper. The Mongolian delivers, and it's only Rain. And he's not got it in him. He hasn't got it in him. Mongols have done it. They slay the old gods in this generational clash.
They swept FaZe 2-0, with s1mple missing a crucial multi-kill opportunity in the final round.
s1mple, oh, he's missed it. He knows what's up. No scope required. He's let it go. Oh no, a disaster for s1mple.
A moment fans will be replaying and debating for weeks. Did he choke, or was it just one of those unlucky timings? You decide. Then came the biggest shocker, Team Spirit falling to Mouse. Everyone had Spirit pegged as a finalist after their dominant run in Shanghai, but Mouse had other plans. Spirit edged out the first map in overtime, but Mouse answered back by completely outplaying them on Dust 2 and Nuke. It was a masterclass in preparation and clutch performance.
Eventually we're gonna get another player added. Here comes Brolin off of Catwalk, getting it going for Mouse. Missed shot! Shiro's giving space back over.
Here's a chance.
We found the solution in. Again, an assist. Donk arrives on the scene. Jimmy's got the answer.
How's he gonna get out of this?
He can't find another fight, and it is Jim Hat with a triple.
Oh, now we're talking, Mouse.
He's gonna look for a little love out here somewhere on that site. He times it to perfection. Reaction here from Magix, and it gets away from him halfway through. Jimmy and Torsi are gonna have no line of sight on this bomb.
Wait, you can see that.
The player with the kit. Oh, but he misses his chance. At least Shiro's able to get him out from that, but now the kid is up on top of Palace. Shiro's gonna have to chase the kills. There is no chance at this. That slide out onto the A side.
With Spinks and Xertion popping off with multi-kills at critical moments.
Palace locked onto. Chopper tries to escape. Donk is on the scene, and he's not gonna waste a moment here. It's blood in the water. Spinks with the answer. This is a 2 versus 5. Sent against them. Magic's back from behind triple. Spinks a quad kill needed. 3 frags deep. 15 seconds.
The HE!
Oh, rock solid!
Here's Jimmy. Does he have to let this go? Brolin, you gotta watch something.
From both sides, Jimmy gotta step it up. He's got Xertion to work with. And the attack's still on out from heaven. Here on high, Xertion able to hold it back. That is brute force from Xertion!
Donk couldn't carry the team this time, or as fans jokingly put it, get spinksed.
Shiro back exposed, doesn't know it, hiding in the corner. Spinks is gonna find him! And by God, they've done it! The
Last but not least, Navi versus Vitality, a match that felt like a symbolic changing of the guard. Navi showed glimpses of their old dominance on Mirage, leading for most of the game.
While that pressure's trying to be applied, but with a bomb, it's in a 5-7. Oh, I don't think so.
Excellent trades.
Since that awkward ladder kill, and this A site goes down with nothing until the jungle players come out with 2. This is email on a tear. A triple kill through middle, extended up connector, right back into the action. Quad kill for Emat.
Wonderful, and Jail were hitting their shots, but a momentum-shifting eco round from Vitality flipped the script.
Apex has got the trade, and Alexi Clutch with an MP9 is a massive ask. Far too much for Navi to survive.
They took Mirage 13-9 and rolled into Nuke with confidence, crushing Navi's defenses with relentless pace. Even a late surge from the Ukrainian side couldn't save them. Final score, 2-0 Vitality.
In hut, meanwhile, A4 falls. Navi get the entry. Mezzi, backside, the anchor. Vitality's king. He sits here, responds, the headshot. Hunter only gets the 2. And so now it is on Emat. And with 15 seconds, he's got to somehow grab that bomb. We've got low health on Mezzi. And they end it right here, right now. The Navi Nation crumbles.
Ooh, that's all you can say. Ooh, fuck you, Apex. Ooh.
It's becoming increasingly clear this Navi lineup may have peaked a year ago. Time for a reshuffle? The semis were more straightforward. The Mongols kept their dream run alive by sweeping Pain 2-0. The Brazilians had already overachieved, and the Mongolians capitalized on that.
Spots out Senzu in the window side. Oh no, the bomb's been denied after blood. He pushed it in. Oh! Radio, the one-man army denies Pain a must-win round. First, Big Uzera though needed to hide, find more damage. Senzu drops the clutch. Throws out the nade, picks up the Galil, picks up the kit. The angle's good. I don't know if Damadeus is going to get there in time. Senzu is there.
2 clean 13-5s, and the Mongols booked a historic spot in the grand final, the first ever Asian team to do so.
A Mongolian team in a major grand final. A first for Asia. A ritual of ruin.
The other clash between Vitality and Maus was much more intense. Vitality edged out the first map 13-8, despite Xerxan doing everything in his power to drag Maus back. Maus then roared back on Inferno with a dominant 13-4, showing they weren't done yet.
Robs and Flames raring to go. It's just the Torchi Orb left to get past. He nearly skewers them. In the end, it's the pistol whip for Torchi. Waiting in it, Vitality get flashed through. Play it fast, up into the Torchi Orb. Head on a swivel from Torchi. Maus have the advantage. They hold the cards. They're in this post plant. But they're losing bodies. Torchi trying to provide. Spots out this last player. And it's on Torchi. And this one gets closed.
But on the decider train, Vitality crushed them 13-6 with sheer coordination and individual brilliance, especially from ZywOo and Apex.
Squeezed out from Pop, gonna try and run it out into the yard. And ZywOo's AWP is on the line. Second foul. ZywOo coming alive. Vitality's captain looks to deal a killing blow to Maus. Their first time at trying to stick the landing on one of these 2v4s. Well, there's Apex to make them eat those ones. Backstab in. And we have got our answer. In spite of these few rounds down the stretch, there's not been love for Maus here on train. They say that hope dies last, but hope still dies. Maus are done, and Vitality have a day with destiny.
Today I played really bad, and yeah, I feel like I let the team down and really disappointed in myself, but yeah.
Vitality versus the Mongols. Nobody expected the Mongols to even make it this far, and yet they kicked off the grand final by destroying Vitality on Mirage 13-5. Clutches, aces, clean executes. The Mongolian squad played like they had nothing to lose and everything to prove.
Pressure, walks while throwing grenades. That's killed. The 9-10 has the cover. Mezzi's gonna try to close the distance. Blitz, good support. Mezzi in the perfectly pieced together. Space given over to Techno. He catches them off guard. But does he know about Mezzi, who's backed into another clutch? Back-to-back 1v1s. This time Techno has the equal amount of health, and the utility here to off. Not gonna stop it.
Wait, look how Techno's scaling here.
Just through the side of it, Mezzi. How many clutches can he be put into, and how many can he come up with? Health advantage once more. Hits the headshot. And so the Mongols will take a 2-run lead on the T side of their map peak.
9-10's final ace to close out Mirage? Chills.
The one that was slowly piecing together some kind of comfort zone. No comfort whatsoever. 9-10 hits another. He doesn't miss shots. And so this space dries up. He will do it all if he has to. As the others fall for him, no help is coming from us. 9-10 calls the emergency services.
Posterized for map points.
But that just lit a fire under Vitality. They roared back with a vengeance, steamrolling the next two maps, 13-4 on Dust and 13-6 on Inferno. The dream slipped away, but what a run for the Mongols. Vitality, meanwhile, showed why they're still one of the most terrifying teams in CS2, with near flawless execution and icy nerves under pressure.
9-10 from the bottom of the scoreboards will be haunted by this performance unless it is not to be. For it is the bees. Today is the day of Vitality.
ZywOo, once again, proved he's built different. A post-plant clutch here, a ridiculous quad kill there.
Player over towards the pillars trying to get his hands busy. ZywOo's got a chance. And where there's a chance.
And just like that, he secured MVP honors. And let's be honest, with this performance, ZywOo is well on his way to being crowned HLTV's Player of the Year. Again. That would make it 5, folks. Move over. Simple. Congratulations to Vitality on their second major win.
Your Blast Austin Major Champions Team Vitality!
This squad looks unstoppable right now, and with another major coming later this year, who knows what's next? But one thing's for sure, if the second major is even half as wild as this one, we're in for a hell of a ride. Also, some quick news before we wrap up the video. Navi is going through major roster changes. JL and IM are reportedly out, while Team Spirit is set to sign Perfecto. Falcons aren't staying quiet either. They've benched Magisk and signed 17-year-old Kioski from Spirit Academy. Meanwhile, Kaspersky might be headed to G2, according to early rumors. And finally, it's the end of an era. Dupree, one of CS's all-time greats, has officially retired from pro play after 5 major wins.
Obviously, all good things come to an end, and it's time to say goodbye.
He's now stepping into the analyst chair where he already debuted during the Austin Major. And that's a wrap on the Austin Major. If you enjoyed the recap, drop a like, hit subscribe, and let us know in the comments. Who surprised you the most this major, and who's your early pick for the next one? This is Good Game Republic. Stay sharp and GG.